Hello and welcome, it's Debs here, and as always it's great to have you with me. I want to talk today about signposts. One of the things I love about my spiritual journey, exploring my spiritual nature, truth, the power behind life, whatever it is we're up to doing here together, is I love finding the common ground between what all spiritual teachers are pointing us towards. Because in my view, Sydney Banks, Byron Katie, Jesus, the Bible, Abraham, Muji, anyway, quite a few others, lots and lots of people and books are fabulous signposts that are all pointing us inwards. They're all pointing us in the same direction, to the same thing. And what I see is that some signposts work better for some people than others. And I know when I first started looking in this direction, I didn't even know that's what I was doing. But when I first started doing it, I came across Sydney Banks. He was the first person that I had ever heard speak in this way. And in that exact moment, I was ready to hear something. I was ready to wake up, I guess. And he was a real saviour for me. The way that he spoke, what he shared, it was a perfect fit for where I was, and I literally soaked it up like a sponge. And pretty much straight away, I started to share what it was I was hearing with others, anyone that would listen. And one of the mistakes I made in my early sharing was thinking that I was the first person to hear truth in this way, and that Sydney Banks and the principles that he spoke about were truth, were what was being pointed to. And I have come to realise over time that Sydney Banks and the principles are simply a signpost. Now, when I say simply, don't get me wrong, and as are all spiritual teachers, however profound and however impactful they are, all these things are signposts, and they are not what is being pointed to. And if you mistakenly think that your signpost or any signpost is the thing, is the only one that's any good, or if you believe that your signpost is the truth that the signpost has been pointed to, if you mistake those two things, you are going to have really, really missed something. Often religions are a great example of this, and I don't want to badmouth religions at all, because I think at their base they are all pointing to the same things. But I think with how far down the line a lot of religions are, they've kind of gone into this mistake a little bit more deeply at times, and they've made the religion and the dogma and the stuff that you need to do around that religion more important than the truth that's being pointed to. And then another huge mistake that we do is we believe that a religion that we don't agree with owns God, and then we throw out God with the religion when we get into that place of not liking what's going on. And my invitation in this video is to look again. If you've listened to something, or if you've come to a place, if you're mistaking a signpost for truth in any way, shape or form, this isn't to undermine signposts. Signposts are incredibly helpful in so many ways. They absolutely have their place, and they are so helpful. But it is just when we get hooked on the signpost instead of what's being pointed to. So this video is very much inviting you to look past any signpost to what's been pointed to. Because what is being pointed to is the most powerful thing in existence. And when we have a realization of that blows any signpost out of the water. This power that we're looking towards gives you life. It's yours for free to use, to mold and create your life the way you want to create it. Yet most of us accidentally, when we don't understand this power, when we don't understand who we are, when we don't understand what's being pointed to, And when we're exploring, I know I get it wrong all the time with this exploration. And I use this power unwisely against myself, and I see other people do the same, and I learn to stop doing that. I learn to turn that around. I learn to use this power for my good and for the good of others. This power creates universes. It can help you in any and all of your everyday stuff that makes life seem hard and at times feel impossible. We can call on this power when our car breaks down, when our relationship isn't working, when our finances are scaring us, they're looking dodgy, doesn't look as if we have enough money for what we need. It's really, really useful in the nitty-gritty of ordinary, normal, everyday life, which is absolutely what makes me do these videos. I love diving deeply into a real spiritual sense of who I am. But what I love about this the most is that when the nitty-gritty of life happens, when someone we love is ill, when we are ill, when we feel anxious, whether you break a nail or you're facing death, this power is there for you to turn to. It's yours, it's free, it's available, and it is what everything I share and everything any spiritual teacher is sharing. That is what we are pointing to. And I guess this video is saying, don't get stuck believing that a signpost is where it's at. Look to what is being pointed to, not what is pointing, because that is where the magic of miracles can be found and be seen. So I hope there was something useful in that. And at the moment, this signpost is doing a free 5-day problem-solving adventure, talking about how, in really practical terms, we can use this power for any problem that we come across in life. And I would love you to join me for that. I'll put the details of that below, and the details of other ways that you can get in touch with me, other ways I can point you inwards, point you in this direction if you would like me to. Take care, have a great day, enjoy whatever it is you're up to, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.